Let's see what kind of fish we get in the old pond.
I'm gonna go dangling.
just a couple of anglers out here. Oh, that's crazy. Ooh, a nice flak tower.
Yep.
I think we'll scare people away just based on how hideous we are.
Absolutely. Let's hear how he sound.
Sounds pretty good.
Team deathmatch. Time to show what you're made of, so breaking their backs.
The pickup a little better.
Line them up. Heavily.
So it'll kill the start, eh?
Well, we gotta do something.
What's that?
Oh,
is it picking up double sound?
I'm trying to hear it from this. I don't think it's loud enough.
Is it picking up double sound? I wonder about the proximity to this too. Is it going to fuck up close to the speakers?
I don't think so. But we'll find out the hard way.
I see you above me. Jump down, bitch. Jump down, bitch. I see you up there.
We have fire superiority.
Jump down, bitch. Jump down, bitch. I see you up there. Ooh, that hurt.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, man. Chris is part of it. He's in, and Kylie's here too. It's one big streaming family. Where you at, Ken? Oh. Okay, no.
We've lost the lead.
So the problem is...
Movement at the clear overlook. Recon searching for targets.
I don't know if the mic is loud enough. I'm afraid.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
No.
So... I don't know if it's loud enough. I have to mess with it.
Heads down.
'Cause you can just hear us like barely.
Do you want to restart it?
No.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
The game sounds
Enemy
too
recon
loud.
aircraft observed.
Yep.
Let me see. Oh!
I think it might actually be turned down, game sound. I meant to just balance the two.
Alright, hello, testing. How do we fix this?
I think we have to drop
Enemy
game
care
sound.
package observed.
How do you do
Stop
that?
there
Can
and
you do
resupply.
It's under game settings, probably. It's probably done in game. Do it, yeah, and just lower game volume. I wonder what hit feedback. Oh yeah, we want hit feedback. Alright. Yeah, we really don't need a lot of game sound at all, so.
Yeah.
And I assume the one watching is us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, that's one.
Alright, you're gonna be the guinea pig.
Alright.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
problem is I don't know how to find out without causing. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Hopefully people start coming and talking and we won't be pieces of shit. As it stands right now.
We need at least one person here to hear our message.
I mean, I guess we could just...
Yeah, no, we can talk about the old game plan, as it were.
And hope for the best. Well, maybe let's just see if someone joins.
Yeah.
So we're not at least talking to ourselves. Let's see if this works.
Did it show up on Facebook?
Oh, we have 2 people. 2 people are now watching us.
Who's the other? I wonder.
I don't know. I don't. We're not even watching ourselves right now.
I know. As I don't kill that guy inadvertently. Please, you turn on you in the face. Nope. No friend.
Oh, you know what? Is it?
Oh, we got our. Yeah.
No, we're talking in game also, so people can fucking hear us. Is there a way to mute in game?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. But you can definitely do it. We just, you know what we could do is just, for right now, is just join a party.
Good idea.
That way it'll just take you out of, and then just prioritize the party chat.
Good.
Just do it as a locked party, and then...
Well, no one's gonna join anyway.
Yeah.
Luke is here.
Luke! Showing the support. He does not disappoint. My guy. Coming through in the clutch.
We gotta do something here.
What's that?
Gotta go party. And go to, we gotta make sure party, broadcast, audio sharing settings, share audio, perfect. Alright. Welcome, boys and girls.
Oh, there's 4 people on there
4
now.
people.
Jesus.
I don't know what to do with, I'm fucking famous right
I
now.
know. 4 is about 4 more than we thought we were gonna get tonight.
Luke, tell us if is the pickup good? Are we too loud?
How do I?
How do I sub?
You just pay in semen.
Donate in the comment section below. Subscribe. Make sure to give us $5 to start with.
We accept cash or money order.
Just gonna put this here for a second here.
I risk my whole hand for that money, then you're absolutely right. I should not read your Facebook. I have to me on the back end.
Sound good. All right. Do we need to speak up?
Yeah, let us know.
We're still trying to figure that shit
like
out.
Shit.
We have
Oh god, I gotta do this stupid shit.
an official Turtle
Yeah.
Beach microphone. Well, maybe we probably need to have it like closer to us, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you know this. We're actually sponsored by Turtle Beach.
We should probably like
In,
this.
and in no way, shape, or form are we affiliated
That-
with Turtle Beach.
that sounds good.
It's good. That's real good.
Welcome everyone. Hello.
Yeah, look at that. What do I have to do? I'll just do the Dom one. I'm a dominant.
Closer,
now.
good. Is that any better, Lucas?
Turn off
Listen.
the fan.
Good idea.
That's a great idea. What do I do? Ooh.
Slap
the
that
old-
bitch. All right,
Yeah, we don't like beating women. Sometimes
don't,
you gotta
don't go
you
there
gotta slap
because
them.
they just closed the.
No, I know. I just you have to do it to keep going in
Right.
multiplayer. So yeah. Welcome, guys. Thank you for
So
being
far,
here.
we have Nick, we have Luke. Tell us, does it sound good though, like here, or do we need it to be somewhere else? We're still trying to figure this shit out. We haven't done anything yet.
Say
Test run, if you
a
will.
test run. Yeah.
The fan was clutch. All right, cool.
Where is? How do I call this supply drop?
Hold R2, I think.
Ooh,
X. You had it.
there it is. There you go. Not for nothing, but awful lot of supply drops just laying around. Thank you, Nick. But do we look good? Is the question.
That is the real question.
We're genuinely curious about that.
The mic makes a
Ooh.
lot of feedback. All right, well, we will move it then.
Mike makes a lot of feedback when you move it. Good. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good feedback.
Good feedback, pun intended.
Now
That goes does that say? No, you look like shit. All right, well.
Hell yeah. All right, well, that's pretty much everything we hope to get out of this stream.
Adam McKinney is gay.
Lower self-esteem. I'm gay. Anyway, get ready for some really bad Call of Duty. You'll be able to tell when I'm playing or when Billy's playing based on how terrible we are. He will be significantly less terrible than I am, but that's okay. Yeah, and feel free to subscribe to the page.
Yeah, so
share this with your friends.
Yeah, we have we made a Twitch, not a Twitch. We made a YouTube. We made a Facebook. We made a PSN account. You know, we're doing the whole 9 here. So, see, Nick has shared that. I'm gonna give it a love react if you don't mind.
I'm gonna smash that love react.
Ambient music.
Slow jazz only. No pants allowed.
So we're playing some Call of Duty here. You know, for our first stream, figured it's the easiest game to stream because it's mindless. You don't really need to do too much. And John's about to get blown up. Should make your pick bigger and a border around it so it doesn't look far. That's a good idea. Problem is, I am on PlayStation. I have a capture card, so it's just this little fucking stupid picture. We're doing it with the in-game streaming shit, so. As we progress, and if this takes off, and you know,
we can make investments. Right now, we're both very poor, and
we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting out there. You know, it's something I've been wanting to do, and I'm sure John as well for a while. Just you know, want to play games and hang out with people.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of all started with the whole, you know, we like making people laugh, we like having fun. We both play a shit ton of video games, and frankly put, you know, neither one of us loves what we do, so you know, we figured if we could get into something that makes people happy and have some fun doing it, then we would be much happier. So
yeah.
Local Boy Productions is born. Ooh, there it is. I can't wait for my on-screen reaction to that one because I know I flinched. I was like, little surprise face. The stream is rated R, so I'm gonna talk about anal sex in a second here.
Parental advisory. No. Yeah, I mean, we kind of, I mean, you guys know what I like. I like, various streamers, variety streamers, and people that are good at everything. So I just kind of drew inspiration from them. And, you know, me and John always play together. We play a lot of, you know, random shit, Overwatch, Destiny. And Call of Duty. Now.
Ooh,
halftime.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, we're really trying to figure this out. The first couple weeks are going to be just, you know, us getting out there. So we appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with us. We'll get a damn capture card. You're right. I have an amazing guy at Mad Cats I could talk to. Ooh, corporate sponsorship. We are not above that at all. Definitely willing to take a shot in the mouth for that. I mean,
so I wanted to be
some Mad Cats, right?
Some ideas about what we want in the stream. We're gonna do just various shit. We want somewhat of a theme in most of them. I mean, loosely talking about various ideas and things that we have. Why are we not on Twitch? Great question. The reason why I don't want to be on Twitch yet, I feel like YouTube archives the stuff a lot easier, and it just looks cleaner to me.
There's a man who treated you in the face. Lucky for you, he's a terrible shot to your head.
Yeah. Ooh. And I like how it automatically archives everything.
And I am 100% novice to this, and I know Billy's, you know, only a couple steps above that, and a lot of the ease of use comes from the using YouTube. So we talked about it today, and Billy had a really good game plan for it. So that's kind of why we're at least the beginning using YouTube. You are just lucky that no one on this team can shoot.
I know. I'm doing two things at once right now. There's a flaming man chasing me.
Ooh, an aircraft. I like it. So yeah, right now we're gonna stick with YouTube. We will definitely, if it gets there, get into using some Twitch as well.
Yeah.
Good question.
I can't give you money. I appreciate that, Luke. Yeah, you could just give me cash when you see it. No, we're gonna figure out YouTube first, and then we'll move over to Twitch as we need.
Yeah, we'll also be selling autographed shirtless pictures later on, which you can use for anything. You can use them as wallpaper. You can use them, to fish, catfish women on the internet or men on the internet.
Listen,
whatever works.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The stream was dope. Here's better. I'm one of the best looking people I know.
It's very true.
So I figured, why not put my face on the internet?
And I've been looking for ways to look more attractive for years. So sitting next to Billy, it definitely helps that.
Yeah.
So I figured, it'll stop the aging process a little bit.
He's sucking the energy from my life. It's just me and Luke talking right now.
That's good.
There's no one else here.
That's fair. They'll come later. And
if you build it, they'll come also. Oh, you... Alright, here. Take this.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as content is concerned, we're going to do some streaming like this. We're also talking about, and we're going to do some podcast type things later on. Just random subject type material, basically things that we can make you all laugh with and get everybody involved with, because that's really, we're doing this, like I said, for people who have ask us to do this type of content. We did a lot of it during, I know I did a ton of it during the hurricane, and was getting a lot of requests for it. And since most of the time I'm playing video games, I figured why not do both. But we will also have some debates, because Billy and I love to argue.
We do.
So we will definitely be at odds on some things, and I think that's also important, because we like each other, but we like memeing at each other even more.
These guys just got fucking slaughtered. I'll say that.
I know that was fucking terrible.
Share this on Facebook. Give me it. Put it on your page too.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we're gonna do just like random things like single player stuff. We'll do some multiplayer. I don't have the best internet, so it's gonna be hard for me to do a whole lot of multiplayer stuff, but we still want to do it. I mean, this seems to be working fine, and to be honest, I thought it's working a lot better than I thought it would be. Let's check the quality. I mean, this seems to be working fine, and to be honest, I thought it's working a lot better than I thought it would be. Yeah, this looks great.
You can't look up because I can't multitask well.
This looks great.
Yeah, it is coming through good. That's nice. That's good.
You can't look up because I can't multitask well. And
I just shared it too.
Hell yeah.
I forgot to smash that love react.
Yeah, I'm putting the link.
Oh, oops.
There it is. I got you, fam.
Thanks, man.
I also wanted to talk about like what I know we're talking about what we're looking for, but like what type of content we draw from. I like just a lot of different YouTube. Like I'm looking at my YouTube list right now. I mean, obviously Critical. I think Critical is probably one of my favorite YouTubers. He just does random shit. He plays games, but he also just does like the commercial covers and random shit like that, and talks about just different content while playing games. I think that's cool. Just playing games while talking. That's mostly what we're going to be doing here. I mean, of course, we will talk about games as well, but... and, I mean, it's hard to get... I don't want to say big, but it's hard to get content out there if it's not laser focused. Like, you're a PUBG player, you're a PUBG player. Right. You're a Call of Duty player, you're a Call of Duty player. It's hard to kind of do everything, but I feel like that's what I want to do.
Yeah, and that's part of doing this together is that, while Billy and I both love a lot of the same games, there's also shit that, I'll dive into that he won't, and vice versa. Admittedly, he is the better multiplayer gamer than I am. He's the artist in a lot of these that I'm not. So, for me, to be able to do it with somebody who knows the games was important. And also, I'm excited to play some single player stuff for you guys as well.
Yeah, we'll do
get some stuff in there you wouldn't normally play, and get you playing it yourselves.
The good thing about the good thing about our schedule is we kind of share the same days off.
Yeah.
So we could just do like a super long stream where we just knock out like a random shitty single player game.
Exactly.
I want to invest in like some sort of a capture card because there's a lot of retro stuff I'd like to play as well. So that is definitely in the future. And again, I'm not doing this, at least for me. Eventually I'm going to be rich and famous one way or another. But I'm not doing this to get the donations. I'm not doing this to get the... I just want to... It's something I've always wanted to do. And I feel like now that we're getting serious about it, I'm happy.
Yeah, it's not... this definitely isn't about the money, and I'm not about quitting my day job to do this. But at the same time... again, we were talking about it at first, and we're like, man, there's so many guys out there and girls out there that have streams that we like. No women, sorry. That are out there that are putting out this great content, and we're kind of like, why not us? It's what are they doing that we can't do? And other than being physically attractive, sexually competent, and just all around being good people, nothing for that matter.
Huh.
Oh, that's not good.
TV just went out.
Well, what's a little TV there?
All right,
we're back.
All right.
Hey, we're lit.
Local boy TV.
Local boy lack of TV. I hope it didn't black out on the stream.
No, because my
sure.
monitor is fucked, so that's not a big deal.
All right.
Cool. Oh boy.
Hey guys, I know we said we weren't about the money, but starting a donation now for Billy's new monitor. First person to donate $1,000 gets a really nice, sweaty, shirtless hug from me. And if you donate $2,000, I'll cuddle with you.
Oh. And as this progresses, again, we're gonna delve into some content, arguments. I want to call them conversations, but I'm sure they're not going to be.
Yeah, we could call them friendly debates, but there's definitely going to be some shit talking and some screaming. I know there's one hotbed topic I know a lot of you are excited to hear us talk about, and that is the battle between Iron Man and Captain America.
Wow.
And that will come, but that needs an entire dedicated.
Yeah, we need.
That might be a couple of hours.
We need a couple people on the stream. Also,
yeah,
besides
exactly.
Just fucking Luke.
Exactly.
And we're gonna have not all the time will we be together. Obviously, it's gonna be some streams where we're playing Destiny, we're playing this, we're playing that. Another good thing is there's a severe oversaturation, I'll call it, of my backlog. So there will be a lot of different content.
Yes,
and
we usually get games the day they drop. So we will be on. We'll expect some Battlefront streams.
Oh, for sure.
Starting
Absolutely.
tomorrow night, for sure. Yeah, we will be definitely streaming that game pretty heavily, as well as some Call of Duty.
Yeah.
As well as Billy pointed out, we got that Destiny expansion coming out. And I know we both still need to finish Wolfenstein.
Ooh, this looks nice.
You can see the problem that we're running into is we have a lot of games to play, and we'd rather play them for you guys than just sit around and do it from home.
Me personally, I've tried to do this on my own, and my own personal YouTube. You'll see, it's just hours and hours of me playing, but I never really have any voice or picture. It's just me playing, and I more so do that just so I can kind of catalog what I've been doing in video games. I know it's stupid, but I like to just randomly watch my own videos of me just playing, not to get any better or anything, just to kind of watch. But I do have a lot of games. Today, I don't know how long we're gonna stream for, but we want to get into the whole Call of Duty controversy, where it's going, where it is, where it's been. So I thought that would be a good idea
nice
to put
starting point.
Yeah, put over some Call of Duty. We both, you know us. John currently works at GameStop. I've been working at GameStop, my entire life. 6-7 years of my life. So I was in the rough of it. It's just been over the years, ups and downs. I think this one personally is probably my favorite one for a long time.
Call of Duty was?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, they did a lot of things. It's a lot of fan service, let's be honest. Is there someone in our game named AIDS? Is that their clan tag?
Who?
Yeah, look at that.
What's his name?
It's Michael Myers, and his clan tag is AIDS.
Oh, huh.
So, in case you're wondering...
Michael Myers has AIDS. Which one? The murderer or Shrek? You never know.
could be both. I think this is definitely a fan service Call of Duty, which is good. They needed to get back to that quote unquote boots on the ground. You know, the jetpack gameplay really catered to I think a player type that really moves quickly. But it took a lot of what made Call of Duty good out of the game. Now, this is also because I got old and don't have the time to devote to it. So I can tell you that as a more casual Call of Duty player than I used to be, it's frustrating as all hell, I'm sure it is for a lot of you, that with jetpacks, guys were just like, bouncing off of walls, you couldn't even see them, and then all of a sudden you're getting shot in the face in your spawn. Yeah. So in that regard, it's good. I definitely have some problems with it. The campaign was all right. Like every Call of Duty, it's pretty predictable. Multiplayer wise, I still think there's some spawn issues that they just never seem to be able to escape. But I haven't played that much of it either. So
it's true.
I can only.
Let me know if you want to take over.
We can switch on rounds, or it's fine. Oh well, you're on a little hot streak there, buddy.
15-9, boy. Yeah, I agree pretty much with you. So the thing, you guys, if you don't know about me already, I like everything. I usually don't have anything negative to say. Hey, Nick Poole subscribed. Thanks, buddy. I usually don't have anything negative to say about much games. It's literally just Luke watching. I just want to let you know.
That's fine.
But I usually don't. I usually don't have anything negative to say about games. I mean, I play everything when it comes out. Call of Duty is no exception. I was itching for it pretty bad. I got it from Target, and it took like 7 days to get to me extra. So I was watching streams, namely The Race, which is a group of guys, T Squared, and like a bunch of old school, Halo pros would play, and they were just playing Call of Duty, and they would pretty much race the chat to see. It said there's only one subscriber, or one person right now.
You mean there's only one person cool enough to be watching us right now, and that's Luke Palazzi.
Anyway, so like
a man saying, beyond his time.
They would pretty much race the stream to see who can get the most money for the Call of Duty endowment. So I thought that was cool. So I watched this a lot. I'm not terrible at it. I'm not good by any means, but you can see I'm not doing too bad.
He was on top of the team. That's better than I would be.
I think with Call of Duty in general, it's just such an there's so many fucking first-person shooters out there. It's like Call of Duty is kind of grandpa of them. I think it's time to lay it to rest. But I do enjoy this a lot, and I think if they're going to keep making the games, they need to just listen to what the fans want. And I think with Battlefield 1, that was Nick asked how it stacks to the Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
With Battlefield 1 doing what they did in the sense of like the old school war, I thought this was a great answer to it. Personally, I love Battlefield 1 to death. I thought that was probably my favorite Battlefield next to Battlefield 2 old school. And that the fact that they're still releasing content, they're still making, guns and stuff, and they still have the season pass content, not even half over. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I think if anything is going to answer to it, this would be it. I mean, there's just still some annoying little grievances, obviously that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's just how does it stack up to Battlefield 1? I think for me, still there's so much here left.
I didn't see him. Oh, he's behind me.
Yeah.
What the?
There is. I mean, they're two totally different games now. I think Battlefield really does cater to that realistic aspect, which is great. Even for a World War II game, Call of Duty I think is a little bit better in that regard now than it was in the past, but it still doesn't hold a candle to what Battlefield does. That said, I like the speed that Call of Duty plays at. I was a person who got hooked on Call of Duty playing Modern Warfare 2, and it's kind of tough to emulate that. And there was not a game I played more than that. There was literally 7 or 8 hours a day on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. They've never been able to replicate that for me. I can see how this one is probably the closest that they've been in a long time, which is good. It's about damn time.
Yeah. I mean, I loved... I didn't mind the jetpacks as much, and I think that's just from the array of games I play. I play everything, and I think it just kind of fit the bill for the time when Advanced Warfare was out, because it was like Halo 5 versus Advanced Warfare, and I think now that Halo's kind of out of the picture, unfortunately, it's like now it's Battlefield versus Call of Duty, and they kind of waited to see if
But then you get games like Titanfall that do jetpacks better than Call
Exactly,
of Duty does.
yeah.
You know, Respawn obviously was a big part of Call of Duty's past, so it makes sense that they would do a game that's good.
Yeah.
And
Bye, Luke. I love you.
Oh, bye, friend.
He has to go pick up our.
That's fine. Ooh, special guest, Anne Marie.
Hey, babe.
Hi.
We're live.
And we're lit.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, now that the Battlefield Call of Duty Titan fight is out, no pun intended, but Titanfall, you know, is like one of the, I'll say one of the big contenders in terms of first-person shooters out there, especially nowadays because Halo's out of the picture. I think Titanfall is the new Halo. And I mean, me personally, I love the fuck out of Halo. I played that shit all the time. Halo 2 was my Modern Warfare 2. You know, I played that in middle school every day, all day for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And
that's kind of the state of first-person shooters in general now. You know, it's what differentiates one from another. You know, we're talking about Wolfenstein 2 earlier, and just what a great job those guys do without a multiplayer.
yeah.
You know, and then you get games like Call of Duty, and we'll see how Battlefield is or Battlefront is in a couple of days. You know, what differentiates one from another. And I think with Call of Duty, it's about getting the formula right again. So we'll see how this one lasts. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with the multiplayer. I will say this: I really like what they did with the sort of that like Destiny vibe, the you know, getting everybody into a hub area, which is kind of cool. You can kind of smack talk your friends, you know, hit them with the sit. You know, boy, I'm sleep.
There he is.
I'm gonna sit my ass down. You know, now I'm gonna go for a really awkward high five because we haven't unlocked any cool any cool emotes yet. But I do like that about it. I think it's almost got that like Destiny social feel to it. That's kind of cool.
Do you want to unplug the fan and pass it? Turn it off.
What's that?
Unplug the fan and pass it to me.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it a little warm.
Sweaty Boys stream live. Hey, you guys might get your wish. I think our shirts are going to be off. It's getting so hot after this. Maybe not everybody's wish.
Everyone's death wish.
Yeah.
Nate, tell me if you can hear the fan in this.
Is Nick still watching?
I think so.
No. I don't know. He stopped posting comments. 3 viewers in my home. Ooh. That counts as triple. That's the old
Man.
Nick Poole triple. Oh,
You can. Is it awful? Like, is it too bad? Is it worse than before? It's warm as fuck in here, is what I'm saying. So we need the fan. Are you gonna do a little assault rifle?
AK-47 is my fucking address.
Yup.
I see you. Ooh. Cooked to perfection.
So what I don't really know what's coming out next year. What's even dropping next year?
Game wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do our Q1 most excited titles too.
This is
God of War is definitely the one for me that I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
Just based on how good those previous games were and how awesome the trailers have looked for it.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
Yeah. I
The Last of Us.
Last of Us looks good. What just happened there?
I don't know.
He's on A. On A.
Yeah.
Are you using one of like the pre-made classes?
Yeah, just for right now.
You
We
don't,
don't have anything
yeah,
unlocked yet.
you don't get any
Oh, really?
XP for that. Yeah.
Oh, alright, well.
See, look, hit, start again, and go down. Go down.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That sucks.
Yeah.
I don't think I've used them really in the.
We'll make a class out
Or
of
I
this or
could
something.
not kill anything. No, I'm good using the SMG.
Put on the
It's just-
silencer. Left. There you go. I do like what they did with that.
Oh yeah, putting it on and taking it off.
Yeah.
Or my inability to shoot. I don't like that.
Both. Yeah, I mean, if I'm talking to anyone in the past that's watching this after it's taped, make sure you subscribe and comment. Although we won't see it live, it's still nice to know that you care.
Yeah, and we will definitely check up with the comments. We'll definitely make sure
Like us on
that
Facebook.
gets set on fire. Yeah, we will reply. We will come back. We will be checking the channel regularly. So get in on the ground floor before we get real famous. And
Absolutely.
we won't talk to you anymore.
We are going to be huge.
Huge.
Wow, I'm so happy to see 2 local boys streaming. Welcome, Feech. Truly, welcome to this chat.
It was about time. I was waiting.
We were
the man, the
talking.
myth, the legend himself.
Talking about a little. There I guess.
Yeah.
To right. There you go.
Got a little too aggressive.
It's fine. Talking about some current affairs. How about that Overwatch, man?
Oh, that's coming too. We'll have that just out.
That's like a whole another channel. I mean.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Yes, this is Call of Duty. If that's what you're asking. Yeah, you're awful. But yeah, this is Call of Duty.
COD, fuck, I'm terrible. Well, I'm terrible too, so go bad.
Stay right there. Which was, besides Modern Warfare 2, which was your favorite Call of Duty, you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously Modern Warfare 2 out of the... World at War was the other one I played a lot. I think that was the one that was popular prior to Modern Warfare 2, if I'm not mistaken. So that was... I just liked the multiplayer aspect of it the most, because I had never really played, other than like Counter-Strike. I grew up playing PC games, and it's gotten a little more expensive. I know that'll make Luke, who's not here right now, real happy to know. But I really did. I played mostly, nothing but PS or PC games.
Yeah.
And then Counter-Strike was... I don't know how that happened. Counter-Strike was probably the game I played the most. So I grew up, playing that as my primary shooter, and I really love that game. You haven't played it, I haven't done the CSGO one or anything. Played good old standard 1.5, but it's really great. I can't shoot for shit.
Listen, Feech, you'll have the lore. It's a deep lore of the local boys.
Yes. So I grew up playing those types of games, and when I moved to college and had a lot of free time, playing on console was really the only way to do it. So that was when I got into Call of Duty for the first time. I played World at War nonstop with my roommates at the time, and I died a lot less than I do now. Because, as Billy will point out many times, I'm old and I forget things, including how to apparently shoot. I don't know what happened there.
Feech wants to know if he's going to find out the lore behind 2 local boys.
The lore behind 2 local boys. Well, I got to give credit where credit's due. Local boys is definitely Billy. Posting a lot of Facebook Live videos. So if you've seen that format, will there be streams where we're eating?
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
100%. And I also want to say, I want to say Wally started Local Boy, and then I definitely didn't make it up. I kidnapped it from somewhere. I did the format was exclusive Local Boy blank. And I don't know if that was Wally or who the hell I got that from, but I definitely beat the dead horse, as they say.
And I started doing it during the hurricane with my live streams out in the storm. I actually raged about my neighbor, who, by the way, turns out is a nurse. And I felt really bad for being mad that she hadn't put all her shit away because she was on call for like 60 hours straight. But fuck that. You know what?
Shouldn't have been at work.
Yeah, shouldn't have been at work. Just let people die, man. They gotta go sometimes. Anyways. Yeah. So,
I started doing it because I saw you Local Boy. Fuck, where did Local Boy come from?
Listen.
It came to me in a fever dream.
We took a lot of peyote, and that's what followed up.
You're so awful.
I'm really bad with this fucking gun.
We'll make a class after this.
I know. Well, I'm better with it. Generally better with it. I'm gonna pull up again. What the fuck?
That light behind me is annoying me. Hold on.
Promise to be better at Battlefield than this. Ooh, Billy returns.
Battlefront.
Yeah, sure.
That's better.
I don't think I'm. Yeah. No, I am.
That was good. That was really good.
Me jumping up to my death.
Back to Call of Duty. I think Black Ops 1 or 2.
Why can't I fucking shoot me, bro?
I'm sorry, but I'm unfollowing stream because you guys are playing Nazis and Nazis are bad. Well,
listen,
you gotta sell out before you buy in.
As a real Jew, Nazi is, maybe we shouldn't go that direction.
Yeah,
on the first
I
stream.
don't know. This is stream number 1. I think we should stay with.
All right, come back. Yeah, tune in next time for our thoughts on Nazis. I mean, look, Feach, I did kill many fucking Nazis in Wolfenstein and Wolfenstein 2. So I think my Nazi kill count is more than satisfying. But sometimes you gotta play as the Germans. Hey, I got a kill. Hey, Daddy. Ugh.
I was trying to talk about Call of Duty and then we talked about Nazis.
Yeah.
I liked Modern Warfare 1. I liked World at War. I liked Black Ops 2. And the rest were okay at best. The worst one.
Yeah, let's talk about the worst Call of Duty.
Infinite fucking Warfare.
Gotta agree with you on that one.
I hated everything about Infinite Warfare, but I wanted to like it so bad. I tried.
I've played a decent amount of Call of Duty games, and I logged into that one on the first day, and I said, okay, well, I've already played the old one, so let me just dive right in here and let me see what this looks. I won't try anymore. I'm not even trying anymore. Are the stories any good?
So you should do Modern Warfare, World at War, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, because those stories are directly linked. Those stories are amazing. I never did anything. Modern Warfare 3 was the last one I didn't do. I haven't done stories since Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of Black Ops 3 in the story. And
I did finish Black Ops 3 story. It was okay. The Black Ops games I found got progressively worse. They were better, and when they started, it was like Vietnam era, and that was really well done. It had a good feel. I really thought they did a nice job of, mixing in that Cold War. Get this controller the fuck out of my hands. I thought they did a really nice job of giving it that espionage feel and that
the numbers, Mason. The numbers.
There is
that
nothing
guy's
cooler
getting
than,
lit up in the top right. That's
I know.
Cool.
I like those the live.
They've had them for a while.
So yeah, the Black Ops ones got progressively worse, but they're worth playing, and they're not bad, and they're also a trilogy. It gave you incentive to come back.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Ghosts, that was a game that I really tried to love. I put a lot of hours into it. I didn't like the campaign for it. I think the multiplayer was okay. It was kind of one of those games that got better by comparison because of how shitty Infinite Warfare was. It's interesting. I'm kind of curious to see if it's still going to be on a 3-year cycle again. Because with this one being successful, I don't know what they're going to do next. You can't really go back. So are they going to do a Pacific,
that'd be nice.
Call of Duty game or something? Maybe I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Right?
Yeah, if they did like a Pacific fucking Call of Duty, that'd be awesome.
That was what World at War was.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. Favorite COD story game. I'll say World at War. Only because it was the Allies, which at the time was like the communists versus the Nazis. And at the end, obviously the Nazis lose, but the communists win. So it's like you don't really win.
You just do a little bit
the
better
lesser
every
of two
single
evils.
Yeah, that's a good point. You never really played as Soviets.
Spoilers, but the last.
Yeah, I didn't play that one.
The last scene of let's back out because we're gonna change our guns. No, fuck all this. The last scene of like World at War is like Viktor Reznov all shot up and dying, carrying the communist flag on top of the Third Reich. He plants that shit like a hero.
I think you're thinking of Black Ops.
No, is it? No.
Reznov wasn't in World at War.
Yeah, it was.
Was he?
Yeah, that's the main Russian guy.
Yeah.
Reznov was
No, Reznov was the guy in Black Ops.
Yeah, but he was from World at War. He was a vision to Mason.
Huh.
Who was actually
I never caught that, but that makes sense. They were all Treyarch games.
Yeah.
I actually like the new. Yeah.
You didn't know that. The maps are nice. I'll say this is my favorite COD in a long time. All the guns feel super tight. The maps are really nice. They have sniping is back again, which is cool. I like that you can snipe again. Before you used to just pretty much get your ass beat anytime you try to snipe because it was just assault rifle. I like that there's gibbing again, so like your character's legs blow off and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. That was something they really captured well in this one. You can't do a World War II game without limbs being blown off. You can't do, like this, honestly, second best beachfront Call of Duty, or World War II assault.
I can't get anything going here.
I know, I was struggling earlier.
Alright, let's
yeah, it's their Normandy scene in this one is really well done.
Is it?
I mean, yeah,
I haven't
it's
touched
brutal.
the story yet.
Yeah, it's brutal. The only one that was better was Medal of Honor back in the day. They really nailed it. They were the first ones who got it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, Feach, best story Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, gotta be. It had twists and turns. I think the whole Modern Warfare series in general is really well done, and if you haven't played them, going back through, completely worth playing. Especially just the way the story tied together. No Russian, I think, is one of the best Call of Duty missions ever.
We'll never ever have that ever again.
Exactly. You just weren't expecting it. Again, spoiler alert if you haven't played it, but it's one of the most controversial levels. It's actually the level that people could turn off in Modern Warfare 2.
What does this guy do? I'm sorry, Mountain?
No, Mountain is like sniper.
Yeah, but what does he get?
Oh, class perk? I don't remember.
Let's see. He gets sniper sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
And he's Canadian. There you go, Bill.
Hey.
Oh, excuse me. But yeah, no Russian. Yeah, I didn't like the multiplayer all that much in 3 either.
3 was the I think the downfall.
That was where it began for sure. Yeah, the story in Modern Warfare 2, that no Russian level where you're just supposed to mow down civilians it's tough.
Yeah.
You're not really expecting it, and they've never done a level I think as good as that, and that's why it's always been my favorite story. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3, that was kind of where it started to go downhill. The multiplayer wasn't bad, it's tough to repeat. I thought Modern Warfare 2 in a lot of ways was perfect. It had a good balance. The prestige system was, I think, the best that they did. You worked really hard to get your weapon set, and it's basically just, okay, well, your only incentive to do it is a better emblem and, of course, some tags. But, I do like how they had the tags or whatever in Modern Warfare 2 that you could, they just based on what you achieved in the game, a little blunt trauma.
Weed leaf.
Yeah, exactly. That was back in those days too, so it's definitely rocking my my blunt trauma and my
the fucking
weed leaf.
That was the joke of fucking. I think Modern Warfare 3. I remember I was on the mic with John and I got it at midnight, and I was like, "It's the fucking same game." I was like, "This is literally the same game."
It was. It was.
The one thing that I think Modern Warfare 3 did that none of the games have done since is fucking the specialist, which I thought was the fucking smartest thing. Do you remember that shit?
Yep.
Instead of getting kill streaks, you got perks. So like you get 3 kills, you get a perk. You get 6 kills, you get a perk.
So you can have every perk running.
When you had 9 kills without dying, you got the fucking special. Every single perk in the game, and you were just, as long as you were facing the right direction, you killed a guy. Like you were unstoppable.
And if you didn't give a shit about getting a nuke, it was the way to play. Like if
Absolutely.
you wanted to just run up those kill streaks, yeah, specialist was the way to go. No Russian mission. Well, it's actually like scary watching. Yeah, no, it's true.
That's what I'm saying. You will never. I'll say that is the furthest video games have gone, and the furthest they ever will go.
Yeah, I don't think you could do that now.
You can't. You genuinely can't. That is the furthest games will ever go, and the furthest they've gone.
Specialist was good too.
Specialist was so fucking good, dude. Like, I wish if they put Specialist in this game somehow, I'll buy the collectors.
And I don't know why you don't. It doesn't. I don't think it unbalances the game. I think it rewards players for knowing how to use the right kill streaks, but you're penalized with the fact that you're never able to get that end game 25 kill streak kill reward.
Move, bitch.
I thought that was a cool way to do it. And speaking of which, is there one for this?
There is.
So what are we talking?
You have to prestige every single class.
Mm-hmm.
So now that there's classes or divisions, which you saw me messing with before, there's like 5 of them, and then there's a secret one. And you have to pretty much prestige them all, and then get the secret one and prestige that. And then once you do that, you have to get 25 kills and get a nuke.
Right.
And
So it's a nuke.
It's not a nuke. It's like a
bombardment.
Something like that. It kills everyone on the map and then it resets.
Push up.
Thanks. There's classes. Yeah. So I'll show you when I die here.
Yeah. So there's like a mountain division.
They're all supposed to be different parts of the military.
Right. There's a mountain division. There's like a resistance. There's an army, ranger type of deal.
Right now, like, I'm the once I die, I'll show you. Right now, I'm like the Mountaineers, which is like the Canadian sniper guys, and like they get a so like anyone can use any gun. So like these are all the ones. There's infantry, which is like the machine gun guys, the assault rifles. What do they get? They get a bayonet charge.
Yes.
The airborne gets a silenced SMG. No, there's no other silencers in the game, which I think is cool.
Right.
The armored gets a bipod on all their machine guns.
So you can literally
the mountain gets the when you're zooming in with a sniper, you can like do that hold your breath thing, and then this guy gets a fucking fire shotgun.
They have not done anything quite like this previously. You could build your own custom classes, and they had presets, but as far as just having like preset divisions, no. And I think part of the reason why they did that, being the Call of Duty is still an Activision game, it does in a lot of ways. It reminds me of what Destiny did from a social aspect. Building classes, and there's class-specific items and class-specific perks.
Yeah.
So anyone, you can pick up any weapon. You can still do any setup for any character.
But it just
class.
gives you like perks.
Exactly.
And the mountain guy gets like a ghillie suit. Like you'll notice I have a ghillie suit on. The infantry guy gets like a big armored vest thing.
The airborne, as you saw Billy kill there, is like a pilot suit.
Yeah.
And there's different ones to choose from too. You can unlock them through. They did like loot crate type deals.
Yeah.
So.
It feels in like a really strange way. It feels a lot like Destiny.
Yeah.
Like the social aspect, you could walk around like and see other people just dicking around.
There's actually a prestige area, which is kind of cool. So you can only access it if you are a prestiged character.
Yep.
And there's like tiers within it, things you can do. You're getting rushed.
Yep. And it just feels like it's weird that it feels good, but like it does. Like I hate to say it, like it feels different, but it's good for Call of Duty. Like it's a step in the right direction because like you prestige your guns, you prestige your class, you prestige your everything. Like it's just a prestige, but it gives you.
It feels good in a new way, like getting a finger in the ass for the first time when you're getting a blowjob. I mean, it's weird, but you might be into it a little bit. So
you never know. It feels like a like a welcome change, I guess. Because there's like it is Call of Duty at heart because you're just running around shooting people, but like it's different, which is cool.
I can always tell exactly how far ahead we are to Peach's questions from when I get that element video. Yeah, just in case, to reiterate, these streams are rated R. We're not going to pull any punches.
No.
So ask away, go nuts, and we'll answer. Yeah, so I think Billy's got a good point too, that it does feel like a different game. Now, granted,
Call of Duty's Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty's still Call of Duty. You're still gonna get frustrated over the same stupid things killing you over and over again. Did you remember to drop off the orders when you went back?
No.
All right, we should do that because you'll get a supply crate.
Yeah.
And you can also unlock another one. There's also same thing as Destiny. There's like dailies, weeklies, missions to complete, which is kind of cool. What happened to Destiny 2? I feel like it fell off really quickly. I think it's the same problem that happened with the first one.
Yeah.
There's just not a lot of end-game content, and so you finish the raid and it's okay, you're at 305. There's not a lot left to do beyond that. Mm-hmm. That's one of the things that I think has always been the genius of the Call of Duty Prestige system, is it gives players incentive to keep playing the game.
So like, we were obsessed with Destiny when it first came out.
Oh yeah, I'm like 305 inside of 2 weeks of that game coming out.
And they did the same thing. Like they made the weekly content. You had your monthly content. You had Xur every weekend. You had your multiplayer, and then they released the Iron Banner, and then they released Trials. And it's like it fell into the same exact formula Destiny 1 fell into, which was like, there's a point where I have every exotic I want, I'm max level. I don't feel like making another character. I don't want to do trials every weekend. Like, if they did something similar to like Call of Duty, where it's like a prestige, great. They took out in trials where your light level matters, which I don't know if you know anything, but pretty much in Destiny 1, you would build a character. Any day of the week, you would have the same level of armor, and your weapons would do the same amount of damage. Yeah. And then every weekend, they would do the Trials of Osiris, which would be your weapons do more damage against someone that's a weaker level, and so on and so forth.
Heavily gear-based.
Yeah.
Basically, it incentivized players to do well in PvE, so that they could turn around and use that gear in multiplayer and have an advantage over other players, which I think is cool.
In Destiny, you have a level. Like, just think of it as like a normal everyday XP level. When you hit max, it's your armor gets a level as well, and the higher your armor level is, the higher your light level. So you could take armor off and go down in level, take armor and put it on, you go up in level.
So the max level in the game is actually 20, but then with light, it goes up to
gear
305.
level. Yeah,
it's basically your gear level. If you played MMOs before, World of Warcraft, and stuff like that, it's very similar to their system. Gear determines your skill set and whatnot. So it also affects abilities as well.
In Destiny 1, every weekend they would have a special playlist where you would want the best of the best gear, because any day of the week, if you're 20 against 20, you're going to do the same amount of damage. But if you're 305 versus a 302 or a 298, you're going to destroy them. Mm-hmm. So it gave people incentive to run different builds and have different sets of armor, different cooldowns, and so on and so forth. In Destiny 2, they took that out. Completely took it out. It's like any day of the week, regardless of weekend or what, it's going to be, you have you're on the same level.
And yes, Michael, we see you, and you really are in this bitch.
Zekman's here, man. And I feel like I'm disappointed because in Destiny 1, like, I wanted to have the best gear, and then I would take it off and use whatever gear I wanted outside of that. But in Destiny 2, now it's like, you have to use Nameless Midnight, you have to be running this gear, and everyone's going to be doing the fucking Nameless Midnight.
And then it becomes a game about grinding to get, a particular type of gear
weapon.
You really want.
And what was that other one? The fucking Midas.
Yeah.
It's just literally like everyone using the same weapon against everyone using the same weapon. It's just not fun to me.
Mini tool or whatever.
So I had the expansion pack. When the next expansion comes out, I'll definitely jump back on it.
And it looks good too. I'll say this: we're kind of we're giving it some negative love here, but
I got my money's worth. That's not a question.
That is, I will say this: did they improve from the first game? Yes. They really did. They fixed a lot of the issues. The problem is that, and I think this is what happens with any MMO light. If you've played an MMO, and I always harken back, because World of Warcraft was the one I played the most. They did a great job of constantly, week to week, releasing new content. And things also couldn't be completed quickly enough that you got through content at a rapid pace. Destiny, ultimately, if you put the hours in, you can be max level 20 in a day or two, and you can be light level 305 inside of 2 weeks. So unless you're releasing content that's coming out inside of that time frame for those core players, they don't have an incentive to keep going, and they're going to quit. Now, there's going to be people who are, I love Destiny, and they're going to play it no matter what. But for me, I lost interest pretty quickly at that. And yeah, I'll go back and I'll do the expansion. But I think, Billy talked about the Prestige, and along those, not the Prestige, the Trials and gear mattering for me. The thing that threw me is that they released the hard mode for the raid. I'm more PvE than PvP. And the hard mode had no incentive other than different looking gear. You got nothing extra.
You got a cool looking piece of armor.
Exactly, for suffering through a raid that is obscenely difficult on hard mode. I don't see an incentive.
It's like they took 2 steps forward and a half step back and then a step back. It's like it's a win and a loss at the same time. But
so by Destiny 47, the game will be great.
I'm sure Destiny 3 will be perfect. They just need that. And they have time to turn it around. Look at Destiny 1 Day 1 versus Destiny 1, Endgame now.
They kept the player base around. They kept them into it. They kept them.
They pretty much jammed what they said down our throats. But they managed to pull out a game, launch it, completely fuck it up, and then relaunch it and make it decent.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny 1 day 1 versus Destiny, year 2, it's manageable. It was good. They listened to their players. They made the vaults bigger. They made the classes cooler. They added different shit. And then in this one, like, they turned out the vault space, so there's not as much vault space. So I'm a hoarder when it comes to video games. Like, I'll collect every weapon. I'll collect every little, like, gem, anything I can do. And then in fucking Destiny 2, I have to delete shit to make room for other shit. And it's stupid. I'm like, in the first game, you had 200 plus vault spaces. Now you have 50. So it's like, if I want to hold this gun, I have to delete this other gun. So that's stupid little stuff that they went out of their way to fix, and just in the second one to break it again. So it just makes no sense to me in that regard. But don't get it wrong, I love Destiny, but fuck this guy.
There were things in that game that were done right. Definitely, it's hard to argue against it.
Vault is just is just like where you keep all your weapons.
Yeah, just
so
store
like,
all your crap.
And like, it's not that certain weapons are better or worse. I mean, it is, but certain weapons look cool. And like, I know like they might make a patch where this shotgun is amazing and this shotgun is now shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to keep that on ice in case that happens, and it has happened. There's a gun in the game called Nameless Midnight, which to this day is still the best gun in Destiny, and it's gonna be the best gun in Destiny for a long time. And it goes with like this helmet. If you have this helmet on with this, this helmet with this weapon, it just makes it like a god tier combo. And it's like, knowing me, I could have just easily deleted it because I didn't realize that I needed to make room.
Yeah, or the class weapons that everyone was deleting day one that turned out to be fucking amazing.
There's a katana that you get for beating the story with a hunter, and it was just a normal looking sword. It wasn't epic or anything, so I just deleted it. And I turned to find out that was a katana that only the hunter can get. And you have to beat the entire story to get it again, and I was like, fuck, man.
And it ended up being really good.
Yeah, it looks cool and it's good, and I was pissed because I ended up deleting it when I could have just held on to it without even realizing it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean,
It smells good.
yeah, I don't know who's cooking what. I think it's Amory cooking something. But
Damn. After all that.
yeah, what'd I do? This is scoreboard. 32-28.
Alright, so like I said, you'll know when Billy's playing because we're doing better. Did you set up a class this time?
Yeah, I made a few different classes. I made a machine gun guy, a sniper guy, and SMG guy. So you'll probably end up using the machine gun. Do you guys have any ideas for, like, I was saying earlier that we want to have like themes for different episodes. Yeah. Obviously this one is just us talking about what we want to do with the channel and what we want. I mean, we kind of loosely base this on Call of Duty. I'm sure we'll touch back into it, but it's just been about games in general. Will we see rage? Yes. There will be episodes when we're playing fighting games and I get very angry in fighting games.
Or Overwatch, where, I'm borderline certifiable. That's as you know, if you play that game, it's just very rage-inducing. We'll probably sacrifice a couple of innocents here and there, just to keep the channel interesting.
Let's see how we're doing here. Pretty successful first episode, I think, so far.
Yeah. In that people actually watched it.
We're at 1 hour and 2 minutes.
You're doing work.
Yep. Excited for... Yeah, I think she looks good.
She is my favorite.
I don't know how she plays. I mean, I'll be honest, we all kind of fell off on Overwatch recently. We played it like for the first time in probably 2 or 3 months.
We were bad.
We were awful. I don't know the meta. I don't know the new heroes really that well. I don't know how they change things.
A lot of the changes.
DPS is weird. Tanks are weird. I don't know how
Mercy's weird.
Moira's going to change the game, but we'll see.
And that seems to be the case. It's anytime you bust out a new hero. Mercy Zen is meta now, yeah. Well, Zen's always been good.
Mercy, I don't know how I feel about that change. I feel like it's like from when we played to where it is now. Fucking 2 different ballparks, man. Ball games, I should say. It used to be you ran Mercy, you held on to that res, and then you just prayed to God. But now it's like so different. Like I was playing when John, Davis still had Anna's getting. Yeah, I heard Anna's getting a buff.
She needs it, man.
I don't think so. I mean, it's going to be a big change, but I think Anna's always been great, and I think she still is great. I wish Blizzard knew how to balance a game. They still don't know how.
Well, it's the Kaplan curse.
Yeah.
You know, their idea of a balance is just nerfing and making other characters weaker, and the whole point is, sometimes it's just minor tweaks that do it.
I think they need to. I don't like buffs in video games. I don't like nerfs in video games. I think instead of nerfing someone, they should buff someone else. Like if Ana's doing too hot and no one's picking someone else instead of Ana, then buff that other person to make them do well. Instead, you make one character shitty to the point where it's like anyone that was like a Roadhog main before this last buff. Like, why would I ever play Roadhog?
Yep.
When they could have just buffed Reaper instead of nerfing Roadhog. Like, it's stupid. And they just do it like so ass backwards. Like D.Va is in every comp I can see. And it's like, I get it, D.Va's great, but it's like there was a point where D.Va was not even thought about. Like D.Va was so shitty. And, it's strange to me. They need some work with that. Same with Reaper. Like before this last buff on Reaper, he was never used. You never saw him used.
Not anymore. And he was at the beginning. He was one of the most used characters.
Oh, for sure.
Reaper was definitely DPS of choice in most cases. Where the fuck? I'm back, boys.
Just down the point.
I know, but there's
Yeah, we'll probably, and I'm sure you'll agree, but we'll probably get off after this game.
Yeah.
I don't know how long we want to do these, but I feel like after a while, they can't be too long. So if you have any last minute questions, I'm sure we'll do another one this week or next week maybe, but...
Right, are you off on Thursday?
Yeah, I'm off.
So
we'll do one Thursday or maybe Wednesday.
We'll upload some single player content on there. Yeah. Will the dogs come out?
Yes. One moment.
Yes.
Kylie! Oh, she has food.
Yeah, so she's gonna...
You don't have food?
Come here. Come on. Come here.
Come over here. Come on. Up up. Kylie.
Dogs of streaming.
Come on. Up up.
Yeah, this is what we call this is what we call a war beast.
Please look up. You want food? Up up. Up up. Up up. Come here. This bitch.
Local boy lies to his fucking faithful pet.
Come on. Come here. Come on. Look at here. Which dog is your favorite? Oh no, he's asking John. Which
dog is my favorite? I don't know. It's all about mood. Because on the one hand, I do love Kylie because she's a big dog, which means that she's inherently entertaining. But I'll be honest, if I'm just like,
Chapo.
Yeah, she is El Chapo. But if we're talking just like who am I gonna chill with? Oop, that's gonna blow me up. Nope.
Oh, I've never seen a successful throwback on a grenade.
And a little kill to follow it up.
Not bad.
Look at this. Baby's first stream. But if I'm looking for some couch time, it's all about Manny. The man, as Anne-Marie likes to call him.
That was really nice. Yeah.
That was really nice. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That made me play the Game Boy.
And then I followed up by missing.
Local boy
The
throws.
throws.
Do a bayonet rush and kill someone.
Okay.
And again, if you have any single-player games you think that we should play, any multiplayer games, anything you think we would enjoy,
I can tell you that I will be busting out some Wolfenstein. I've been playing that, and definitely hit you guys with some love for that game because that is a fantastic FPS. And I've got my new game plus a Persona 5 coming out, which I will also stream.
Play a spooky game with the lights off. We will.
Yes.
John hates scary games.
I was going to say, and yeah, funny story. I hate scary games, so it'll be fantastic because you guys get to hear me scream like a girl.
I have evil.
Not that actually, that's not even
yeah.
fair because I'm pretty sure my screams are even worse than that. Where are you at, fam? I see you.
He's up the stairs now. Ooh. In the dirt.
I'm positive. I did it. I'll never own that one. Play a spooky game with the lights off. Yeah. Which spooky game would you like to see, Feach? I think we have access almost every spook. Oh, fuck me.
Oh yeah, you can't throw those back.
Which spooky game would you guys like to see? Do you have a preference?
We have
Evil Within.
We could even do some PC streaming. I have Slenderman.
Oh god, don't make me play that
508 shit. Games on fucking PC.
Don't make me play Slenderman.
See what he says. I don't know spooky games. Yeah, I mean they're out there. We'll figure something out.
But just one that's.
I mean, I have Alien Isolation.
Yeah, so Alien Isolation I beat, and it was the worst experience of my entire life. Like I was afraid I was gonna have a heart attack the entire time playing it, just because of how fucking scared I was. But I took damage. Thought I had to jump on. We're really hosing these kids.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying. Ooh. Have you ever screeched from a video game?
Yes. I'm gonna die.
Holy shit. You don't move.
A man spared.
If you don't move, they won't see it. And we're also gonna do in real life content, of course, as well.
Yes. Yeah, no, local boys are not gone. If I ever screeched from a video game, there were two. The first one was Doom 3. Which had a great game mechanic where you couldn't use... The game was really dark and you couldn't use a flashlight.
And a gun.
So I did eventually beat the game using a mod called the duct tape mod, which basically just let you do the common sense thing of taping a flashlight to all your weapons.
That was in BFG, too.
Yeah, and then they brought it back in BFG. But yeah, that was scary as fuck. Because the combat would happen, like, you would see things spawn, but you couldn't see where they were. So it definitely... It definitely made it harder. And then the second one was Alien Isolation. There is a scene where you finally eliminate the alien.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler alert. There's a scene where you finally kill the alien, and only to discover a much more nefarious thing is occurring. And God, it was the worst. Like I had this sense of accomplishment, feeling like, man, I actually like did it. Like I got through this fucking game, and.
There's one to the right. There's another one creeping up on you. Yeah, you can run.
Yeah, I felt like, man, maybe I was really doing it, and then I know he's right there. Just give me an old cook grenade. He's still lost.
I played Dead Space 1, and I beat it with my friend John, and not John Schimmel.
Different John.
At the end, there's a little jump scare, and John told me that it was hard to hear, so you have to turn it up all the way. And I turned it up all the way, and I fucking jumped out of my pants, man. I was so terrified. And then he slept over that night, and while we were going to sleep, I was laying on the floor, and he was on the bed, and he looked over, and he, like, all the lights were off and everything, and he just crept over the bed looking out down on me, and I fucking punched him right in the fucking face. It was literally like that gif of the guy punching the dude in the face with a clown mask. It was just like straight up, just like boom, and knocked his ass out. Will you ever play the same game together? Yeah, for sure. Again, this is just the first video of many.
We're actually on the account that's the Local Boys account, but I can, if you don't already have me on anything, it's DasBearJew87 on anything. I'll post it in the comments later. But you can feel free to add me. I'll be streaming off of that at times as well, when Billy and I are, shared streaming or whatever. And of course, he is the Gringo Bandito, aka Project Sick, aka
Project Fucking Sick.
Project Fucking Sick. AKA Beef Curtains.
We're gonna invest in a. We didn't do it.
Yeah,
We're gonna invest in a capture card very soon. Because there's like the Super Nintendo games I want to play, the Super Nintendo Classic, and
maybe we'll knock some Contra out on the SNES Classic.
There's
really mad.
There's a ton of stuff that I have ideas for. It's just a matter of, even if we get fucking 3 people to watch, like that's all I care about. I just want somewhere to talk about games and just play games and stream.
Yeah, all we ask, just tell your friends. Tell your friends we're fun. We're funny. We take feedback really, really well, so you can tell us we're shitty and we won't get mad.
And I'm sure we're shitty. I'm sure this is probably the worst shit they've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. This is not.
Will we ever rock out on stream? That's not the camera. Fuck yeah, we will. Rock and roll.
Also, I'm sorry for everybody's eardrums that Billy may or may not have blown out.
But yeah, I mean, there's an endless,
Fuck yeah.
an endless pool of opportunity.
No pun intended.
Pun intended. And you guys are getting caught up on.
Yeah.
And we're always gonna, even if we do some co-op shit online or some Overwatch or something, to his point, we're gonna put it on the channel. The thing I like about YouTube is it'll archive your content automatically. And we are gonna start a Twitch as well eventually if we get a following. But I like YouTube because it just kind of puts everything in one place for you, which I think is nice. And it looks, you can create a playlist and you can do whatever you want to do. So it just looks cleaner and it's easier to share like an archived YouTube video and clip it and stuff. We're gonna start with YouTube for now and then eventually work our way to Twitch. It's just a matter of getting us out there. I will say, hey YouTube. And
hey YouTube.
Hey YouTubers, what's up? Today we're gonna be telling you how to get. I'll do that again in a second. Hey YouTube, today we're gonna be getting you Shadow of War on the Xbox 360. Is there an intro? Yeah, great question. It's gonna be it's a Minecraft version of me and a Minecraft version of John, and we're gonna be running through a forest, Naruto running in Minecraft, and there's a plane behind us, and the plane's gonna dip down and start shooting at us, and we're gonna dodge it, and we're in Minecraft world, we're gonna shoot the plane down, and the Minecraft explosion, it's gonna be a Minecraft explosion, and then in the font, it's gonna be Minecraft, it's gonna say Local Boy 23. And I always point at this, Local Boy 23.
I know.
And it's gonna.
I've been looking at this the entire time.
It's gonna say Local Boys, and then we're gonna start it off. It's gonna say Quiet Black, and it's gonna have the Fraps logo. You can tell it's really shitty. And hey YouTubers, what's up? Today we're gonna be playing some Shadow of War on the Xbox 360. We're gonna teach you guys how to get the trophy.
We'll also be providing life advice.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
Does
Miss Cleo exist anymore?
No.
Ah.
But she should.
We're gonna be Miss Cleo too. And I mean, is there any? Are we good with this? Do we need to say anything else?
I don't know.
Do you want to play another? You want to call it where it is?
No, I mean, yeah. I think this was a healthy first start.
Yeah, we don't need more than this.
Yeah. All right, friends. Well,
hopefully more people watch us later.
Yeah. Tell your friends. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Show this off to everybody you know. Let them know that we're both on the edge. We are two men with very little to lose, and we don't want this channel to have to go in that direction. So please don't make us go there. So it'll get real dark really quickly. Thank you, Feech. I appreciate you hanging around for so long, man. And to those of you who aren't here, you're terrible friends. We will not forget this. And when we're rich and famous, each of you will have a Lamborghini named after you that you will not be allowed to drive.
And I get to crash it.
And he gets to...
I'm going to crash the Lamborghini.
One for every friend.
And this is YouTube signing off.
That was a terrible sign-off. I thought you were going to salute.
Signing off. I tried to.
All right, hold on one more time.
All right. And this is a Local Boys signing off. That was fucking.
Oh, you're not saluting? I don't.
No, I'd salute. I wasn't supposed to. That was gay. All
right, guys.
Thanks for stopping by. You're the best. Make sure don't Nazi salute on my stream.
Oh, it's playing some Call of Duty, man.